Hello, West Ham Network. It is Holly. I'm here today for your West Ham versus Brentford preview. Big game tonight. There's a lot on the cards. A lot at stake tonight. There's a lot of big news as well with Paquetá being back. So we want to make this show as interactive as possible. So let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you drop us a comment. Make sure you're nice and involved. I want to hear all your thoughts on everything we chat about today. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, whatever it is, I want to hear. So as I said, huge game tonight against Brentford. It's the start of quite a pivotal part of our season, actually. We know, obviously, things have not gone to plan so far. But we've got Brentford tonight at home, then Everton away on Saturday, and then we host the first leg of the round of 16 in our Europa League campaign as we go to Freiburg on the 7th of March. And then we've got Burnley at home, Freiburg at home, and then Villa at home. So this is our opportunity to really try and turn things around and finally gain that bit of momentum that we've been talking about and wanting so desperately for a very long time. So drop us a comment. Like I said, let us know your thoughts on everything. People are feeling quite positive. Some people, obviously not everyone, but as you can see, some are not optimistic, some are very optimistic. So it's always good fun. Good evening, usual suspect. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all well. Don't know how many of you have watched it as well, but Carragher has just done a really interesting sort of analysis on our season ahead of the game. And it was actually fascinating because it's been a very long time since we've had pundits look at how West Ham are performing as a whole rather than just looking at our league table performance. And he brought up some really interesting points that a lot of us have felt for a while, points that a lot of reports recently have also brought up, but he's properly analysed and looked at where we're going wrong, commenting on the fact that it looks as though Moyes may well part ways with West Ham at the end of the season. But again, very interesting to see. But let us know your thoughts on that. If you didn't catch it, essentially it was running through all the different stats of where West Ham have previously been performing and where this season we're really struggling. So it's absolutely fascinating to look at. But how are we all feeling ahead of tonight's Brentford game? Ivan Toney scary. That is a very good point. Evening all. Even Garino, evening. Come on, Hammers, evening. How are we all doing? Lose tonight and he's out the door. Why is Zuma playing? Not optimistic. Seems Moyes has reverted to the same old. 3 strikers on the bench and none in the team. Respect the point. Shaky, people are saying. Zoom out of position at left centre back versus Toney is scary. We're going to be chatting about this in a minute as well, about how we can actually hold Toney back and hopefully put the most on them that we can. 16 plus shots in our goal in 13 games. So these were the stats that they brought up in this study. And it was actually really interesting just to take a look at where we are struggling. And there was a clear difference in previous seasons to now of how many shots we're allowing on goal, how long we're taking to close players down, and how little goals we're scoring, obviously, in comparison to that. But like I said, today is the day that we really do need to turn things around if we're going to have a hope. If you've not looked at our last few games of the season, it's actually a really difficult game. Last 4 games, we've got 3 really difficult fixtures. So this is our time to gain that momentum and to try and fix things. A win tonight would take us 8th on the same points as Brighton and ahead of Wolves, Newcastle and above Chelsea. But again, we do have to watch out for Ivan Toney. He has scored against Liverpool, Wolves, Spurs and Forest in his last 6 games. So let us know how you're feeling about us going up against Toney. One thing is for certain, we are going to have to be on it tonight with our defence because Toney is going to be an absolute handful. And last time we faced them, we struggled, obviously, but we didn't even have Toney to contend with. They beat us 3-2 in November. And Kudus and Bowen scored for us, Mope, Collins, and we had a Mavropanos own goal when he was relatively new in the team. Something that we have with a few players, shocking debuts and early performances. But do we reckon we can do it tonight? Andy says he reckons he needs a few more beers tonight. Absolutely love it. All of our games are going to be tough, people are saying. Wanted to see Antonio left wing, Paquetá centre mid, Kudus centre attacking midfield, Bowen right wing and Ings up top. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. So obviously, let's take a little look at our lineup for tonight. So we have got Areola, Sufal, Zuma, Mavropanos, Emerson, Alvarez, Souček, Ward-Prowse, Paquetá, Kudus, and Bowen. So the first bit of news that we really have to touch on tonight is the fact that we have got the three. We've got the three back, and it's fantastic to see all of them back and playing for us, because this is one of the things that's made a massive difference to our season so far. We know the assists and the goals that we can get under them, and we have been massively lacking the creativity. So Paquetá being back offers us a lot more. It's been a good few months since we had these three together, so hopes are high in terms of what they could bring to us. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think that this is going to be enough to turn around our fortunes? We've got Noah Gerd, so he's been replaced by Mavropanos tonight. This is tactical, looking at Moyes' pre-match chat. So he was essentially explaining that Aged has struggled since returning from AFCON, which I'm sure a lot of you will agree with. Let us know what you think, though. And he said that Mavropanos has played well, hence the change that we've got. There we go. And Brentford's form, the last game, they lost 1-0 to City. The game before, they lost 4-1 to Liverpool. Before that, they beat Wolves 2-0, lost 3-1 to City, and they lost 3-2 to Spurs. They're currently sitting 16th in the league. They were 15th, but Everton's reduced point deduction today has seen them jump ahead of them, which I'm sure Brentford will be frustrated with, and they'll be looking to turn things around. So let's have a little look at how Brentford are going to be lining up tonight. They have got Flecken, Lewis Potter, Zanka, Ayer, me, Reguilon, Norgard, Onyeka, Jensen, Malpe and Tony. So Malpe and Tony are no doubt going to be an absolute handful for us tonight. It's not going to be very easy, but we do need to put a stop to them. A lot of it is going to depend on our defence, which is a little bit scary at times because we never know quite what we can expect from them, do we? So in a minute, we're going to be taking a look as well at how we can actually stop Brentford and the things that we've done that have made it difficult for them in the past. People aren't certain whether or not we should have started Paquetá as well. Some people saying that we should have rested him for longer. Again, this is a difficult one because we've needed Paquetá for that bit of creativity. But at the same time, we don't want to rush him back and get him injured again because, as we know, you rush him back too soon and you can lose them. Our front three can't play a normal game as they'll have to do defending as we're so poor at the back. So this is one of the things that Brentford are definitely going to be looking to do tonight, and that's just constantly press us. We're going to be looking at how we actually pressed them for a little patch of the game when we last faced them and how it really worked in our favour. But again, it is going to mean that we do probably have to drop back to defend a lot. They love to play a long ball to Tony, which is going to make it a lot more difficult. Mandy here saying that we're full strength and they have got 6 players out. So it's a perfect time to turn things around. So can we actually do it? If ever there was a chance, this is it. But they do also have Tony and Malpe up top, which means they can pretty much achieve anything that they would like to. Let us know your thoughts on the lineup, though. And if this is the lineup you wanted to see start or whether you would have started differently. You would have swapped out Sufal for Johnson and Zuma for Naef or Oggy. Michael says, how do we feel about this? Let us know. Paquetá. Dinos should partner again. Our best combo at centre-back. So this is another one that we've really struggled with this season, is finding the perfect centre-back partnership there, because there have been challenges with communication. There have been challenges where we're zonal marking rather than man marking, which has made it hard. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how we do with tonight's partnership. As I said, Moyes made it sound as though it's a tactical substitution there because Mavropanos has been playing well and Aged has been struggling since AFCON, in his words. Zuma has been brilliant. We have got Brentford 3-5-2. Getting ready for Moyes, but is Paquetá fit? Paquetá hopefully is fit because he is starting, but we will find out. I hope that he is fully fit now and that we're not taking a risk playing him because that would be a shocking decision. Wissa and Damsgaard not starting is interesting. Injured or overconfident? I haven't actually seen whether they are on the bench. Let's just take a little peek at whether they are on the bench for Brentford. But there we have it. It looks as though they are on the bench. We've got Damsgaard on the bench. So there we have it. Just looking, Lucas Paquetá, in terms of the games that we have played, we have started 18 games with him and 7 without. we have actually won 10 games with him and none without of that. So the win ratio, 56% when we've had Lucas Paquetá on the pitch, which is interesting. They're just showing up on Sky Sports there. So here we have another comment on the partnership. Dino and Aged are our best centre-backs, but they play a high line, high press game, not what this manager plays, which is a low block, park the bus. It's going to be an interesting game tonight. So as I mentioned, Brentford have come off the back of a couple of losses. So they're going to be looking to really try and recover some points and make a point. They're currently 16th. They were 15th this morning, but the Everton's point difference has basically made them jump ahead because they got that reduced penalty. Now let's have a little chat quickly about how to beat Brentford and how we'd like to and need to set up. So pressure on them last game really impacted their ability to do build-up play. But one of the things that we massively have to watch tonight is going to be long balls. We've really got to watch them. Since Tony returned, Brentford's long pass percentage has gone from 13.92% to 23.17%. So they're really looking to get that long ball out to Tony and be direct with him. So we need to make sure that we are marking him. Quite a few of you in the comments there worried about what we're going to be able to do with that back four and the lineup we have, and whether they're actually going to be able to hold our own against Brentford. The things that we need to do, though, first of all, press them early. Our centre-backs need to be on it at all times. So there's no room for error tonight. Let us know if this is something that concerns you. Enjoy the game, everyone. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we can turn this one around. The players are coming out. Here we go. West Ham. Big picture of David Moyes on the screen. They're just running through the lineup. With Zuma, we have to play low block. Zuma can't move more than 5 yards. Again, this is a really, really difficult one because we cannot essentially travel the distance that we need to as a defensive line. So we are going to have to be sitting lower, something that might benefit Brentford if that's how we do line up. But we've got to be ready to change shape. So last game, they switched from a 4-2-4 to a 3-2-5, and it caused us all sorts of problems because we were too narrow and they basically overloaded our back line, something we really struggled with. And as we know from our lineup tonight, there is the risk of that happening and we don't want it to happen. So if we're able to adapt as much as they are during this game, it could be different. But we actually started quite well last game. There were patches within the first half an hour that really benefited us. And if we are able to close Brentford down, there is a good chance that we can get a result tonight, in my opinion anyway. Let us know your thoughts and let us know what you think we actually need to do tonight to get that win, get those 3 points and start to get a little bit of momentum back, hopefully. But we actually only allowed Brentford 7.3 passes per defensive action between the 16th and the 30th minute, random fact, last game against them, and on average we allow 16.72 passes per defensive action. So that is the second most in the Premier League this season that we usually allow. But against Brentford, we really pressed them and we made it difficult, and it meant that they couldn't pass the ball around as well, and it meant that we actually made it a lot harder for them than we have in most games for our opponents. So hopefully we can actually manage to turn that around. How are we feeling? Is anybody confident of a result? I always go into every game, don't know about you guys, but I always go into every single game positive, hoping that we can get it. But let us know your score predictions in the comments if you haven't already. I want to know whether you think we can do it. I want to know what you think we need to do to get the points tonight. With the lineup that we've got, it's not going to change now. And what are your score predictions? So drop them in. And what are your thoughts on the squad? How are we feeling about Paquetá being back? We are playing him, so whether you're concerned that he's not completely fit or whether you're excited to see him back, let us know, because we now have that 3 up top. That has been exciting. It has brought us goals. It has brought us assists, and it has given us opportunities. So there is a chance that we can get the 3 points, and I am feeling nice and positive tonight. I reckon we can do it. Just as a reminder, here is our lineup. Areola in goal, Soufal, Zuma, captain, Mavropanos, Emerson, Souček, Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, Paquetá, Kudus and Bowen. The bubbles are blowing at the London Stadium. Not long until kickoff, any moment now. Thomas Frank has won all 5 previous Premier League meetings against West Ham. A lovely stat that they've just popped on there for us to see on the screen. But could tonight be the time that we turn our fortunes around? I reckon it could be. Could it be? Let us know what we're thinking. We might cause a shock and score. The 2 last games are anything to go by. Unfortunately, I can only see a loss. Hopefully we can turn it around and kick off. The game is underway. It has gone out for a throw so far. Let us know where you're watching from as well. The boys need to get back some form or kiss goodbye to the international call-ups. This is a good opportunity for them to do it. Bowen's closing down really quickly. Back to their keeper, who's looking to play a long ball out to the wing. Straight on Emerson's head. There we have it. We are running out. James Ward-Prowse nearly got on the end of the ball, but didn't manage to. Fortune's always hiding. We know it is as West Ham fans, but tonight it could go our way. Souček's just headed back to Zuma, who has absolutely lofted the ball thousands of miles up into the air. We've kicked the ball out, and it's now gone up. Bowen's chasing it down. It looks as though it's going to go off for a throw. Unfortunately, it has gone off for a throw. Let us know your score predictions for tonight. We're 1 minute into the game at the moment. I want to know if you think we can do it tonight. Personally, I'm going into it positive and hoping that we can, but I think it's going to really depend tonight on us actually being able to close down really, really quickly and keeping the pressure on Brentford. We know that they're going to struggle. We know they're going to play long balls and try and get that ball out to Tony. We know that they like to play really direct football as soon as they've played the long ball. Kudus has just won the ball back just outside the box. He has still got the ball. He's still got the ball after a couple of tackles. It looks like he's just done a cross. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it's gone out for a throw-in. He did well to win back possession, though, and that's what we need to be doing. Just having a look at your score predictions. If you haven't already given it, make sure you drop one in the comments. 3-2 to Brentford. Coventry 2 up. Zuma hasn't got a chance, but Mavropanos will get the blame, same as Agard. Both Zuma scapegoats. People obviously frustrated with Zuma's performances, and it does make it difficult for whoever is in a pairing with him because you have to play a very specific way with the lack of mobility that he's got, shall we say, at the moment. It doesn't make it easy at all. 2 minutes into the game, Reguilon's 6th Premier League appearance for Brentford. What could go wrong? Right, we've just got the ball out on the wing. We're playing some nice one-touch, two-touch football. We've got the ball out on the wing. Bowen's open if we can cut it back to him. Unfortunately, we have missed up the pass and it's gone out for a throw-in. Jensen has cleared it. We're holding most of the possession at the moment. Emerson out on the wing. We're playing back, but we look like we're quite keen to attack in this game, which is interesting. We're going to need to keep the pressure on for the full 90, though, because it's not going to be enough to just do it at the beginning. Soufal has lofted the ball up, and Brentford have got on the end of it. Souček's just one possession back. Kudus has got it. Got it in the middle of the park. Nice little chip out to the wing. Bowen on the edge of the box. Bowen's trying to get into the box, trying to cut in. Reguilon making it very difficult. Soufal has... Soufal knocked it in. Souček got on the end of the ball and has just headed it over the bar. I was certain that was going in. My heart just skipped a beat. So Bowen cuts it out. Soufal chips it in. Little header. I think it was from Ward-Prowse. It was. And Souček got on the end of it with his foot and he's just knocked it over the bar. Bit of an awkward bounce just in front of his foot and it has just gone over. He looks noticeably frustrated. Is there any other type of bubble? Never any other type of bubble. Just the West Ham bubbles. West Ham 3, Brentford 1. I'm liking some of these positive predictions. How are we all feeling? Let us know. Evening, Dan. Evening. So Brentford are just bringing the ball out of their box. Potentially a foul, but we're not giving it. That's absolutely fine. Souček passing the ball back. It's good to have Paquetá back. He's looking very creative. Bowen in the box. Bowen's just scored. Bowen has just scored. Guys, Bowen has just scored. He's shushing the crowd and everything. Knee slide. Get in. I did not expect this to happen. I did not expect this to happen so early. Get in. Bubbles are flowing. Mira's screaming in the background. Happy days. I need to see a replay of this. We have actually gone and done it. He's doing a little handshake with Emerson. This makes me so happy. No way. Come on, you Irons. Come on, you Irons. Darragh Bowen. What a man. So they've literally passed the ball out of their box. Potentially a foul, but it doesn't matter. Souček has managed to cut back and get the ball to Paquetá. Nice and creative. Over to Ward-Prowse. Overlap to Emerson. He cuts it back to Bowen, who is inside the box and just shoots. Literally one touch to bring the ball down and absolutely fires it into the back of the net. Someone has just said VAR. I hope that they are incorrect because I can't see anything. Wow, let's go. I was just going to write 15-0 Paquetá, all 15. Bowen does really well, actually, to bring the ball down outside of the foot, whips it in perfectly. It comes off the woodwork into the back of the net. Fantastic finish. Absolutely fantastic. Again, you can see the difference with Paquetá actually bringing so much creativity into the way that we're playing. Just brings all the players into the game, doesn't he? As we can see, Pac-Man is worth 200 million for this club. He's key to our whole offence under Moyes. We've seen how much we've missed him, and we've seen how much he can bring this brilliant trio of Kudus and Bowen into action as well. He was kind of the missing puzzle piece, wasn't he? We knew that the other two were really good, but without Paquetá, we have struggled to just link everything up. And here we've seen exactly what it can do. 15-0, Bowen all 15. What can I watch this on? Come on, you Irons. I'm watching on Sky Sports Main Event. I'm sure there are many, many streams available. Oh, happy days. So this is a really good start to this game. But as we've already spoken about tonight, the key is going to lie in us keeping the pressure on Brentford, because they're going to be on a mission now to prove a point. Bowen is on the break. Kudus is making a run for it. It's got to him. Soufal's on the overlap. Out to Soufal on the edge of the box. He's cut it back. Oh, my God. 2-0. It is 2-0. Bowen, Jared Bowen. That was the most beautiful bit of football I've seen us play in absolutely ages. What on earth is happening? I don't have the ability to change the score up here right now, which is a slight problem, but it is West Ham United 2, Brentford 0. Jared Bowen, the best 6 minutes of football that we have had in absolutely ages. The passing that we're doing is absolutely astonishing. Moyes doing some inspirational clapping there. Pass. That is exactly what's happening. Brentford are in a little bundle at the moment, looking rather shell-shocked of what has happened. Excuse me if you can hear crying for 1 second. It's not me. It's Mia. She gets very sad when West Ham score. So we've gone out to Kudus, who's on the edge of the box. He's cut it back. Soufal has brought it back. And Bowen, first touch, has just knocked it in, almost like a gentle little chip into the back of the net. Absolutely beautiful. 6 minutes in, 2-0 up, West Ham. Have I just quantum leaped? That's the thing a lot of us are asking right now. But it is 2-0. 2-0 to West Ham. Unbelievable. Everyone is very, very confused as to what is happening. But this is what we needed to happen tonight. We are going in for the tackles. We look up for it. We needed this massively. We've cleared the ball. It's just been brought down. Ward-Prowse closing it down, but doesn't quite manage to get there. Lovely passing move and goal. We are linking up so beautifully tonight. So obviously we have a long way of the game to go, but this is a very, very, very good start. It's not crying. She's cheering. It's very true. She was actually just cheering for West Ham. She just struggles to get the word irons out at times. Where am I? 2-0. Wow. I'm going to turn it all off and on again. To be fair, that does fix most things. But if you could not fix this, that would be fantastic. I would like this to continue. This is the sort of start that we have been screaming about. Souček has managed to get the ball. He's saying that it wasn't a throw to them, but I think it was. Throw just by the corner flag. Fantastic start. But this is the start that we've been needing, isn't it? This is the start that we've been needing. Moyes in. 2-0, yes. Thank God we haven't had to play defence yet. It's very true. We have just continuously attacked. But if we just keep attacking, we don't need to worry about defence, do we? Just to clarify, it is 2-0 to West Ham. 2-0. 2-0. Can you believe it? Have I just quantum leap? 2-0. Come on, you Irons. They've lofted it into the box. They've got it on the edge of the box. They're trying to get it back in, and they have succeeded. Straight into Areola's hands, who knocks it down and dives on top of the ball. What a start to tonight's game. This is the start that we've needed, and this is the confidence that we've needed. Everything that we need to just go and absolutely obliterate. Thank you, Anton. It is 2-0. And to absolutely obliterate Brentford. There was a point where we had to turn things around. Holly, keep Anton away. You must be lucky charm. Definitely not. We need Anton here to celebrate this with us. He is also our lucky charm. He's going to be joining us shortly as well, so you're not just stuck with me. Don't worry. Fabulous. How are we feeling? We've got the ball up. Long ball. Bowen was trying to get onto the end of it. Their keeper has scooped it up, and they're playing out from the back once again. So they're playing quite slowly, actually, sort of knocking around at the back, passing it about. Bowen looks up for it and is telling people to close down quickly, which is definitely what we need to do. Got to keep this pressure on them. We cannot give them a second to think. If it's 2-0, why does the screen say 0-0? It says 2-0 now. Anton has fixed this for us. Fear not. I did not have the technological capabilities to adjust the score whilst on here, but Anton knows how to do everything, so he's fixed it. The ball has gone out for a throw-in. It is fabulous. Seeing Paquetá back is so, so good for us because you can just see how much more creativity we have on the ball and how much more fluid our play is. The 1-2 touch football that we're playing has made a massive difference. It's baffling that one player can link up an entire team so well, but we're playing really, really well. We look up for it. Even in terms of defending, we are on their heels and we are not giving them a second. I am watching from Mexico. The current minute is 10 minutes 36 right now. And we're going to be at 10 minutes 40 seconds now. So there we go. Just making sure you're all synced up. But if you haven't already watched the beginning, you might want to watch the goals that have just occurred because you don't want to be missing out on that. What are our score predictions now? Have they changed? I want to know. So it's 2-0 now, 10 minutes in. Do we think West Ham are going to win this? And if so, what do you think the score prediction is going to be? We're just clearing the ball out of the box. Brentford knocking it back in. Souček is trying to knock it out. Sorry if you can hear Mira in the background. She's just cheering on the Hammers, obviously. Long ball, and Bowen is looking like trying to get onto the end of it, but they are scared. Brentford are worried. They've just headed it out when they easily could have brought the ball down. Ayer has literally just headed the ball off for a throw-in rather than playing the simple pass. So they are rattled. This is really good, but we need to not give them any time to think. Looking at your score predictions, let us know in the comments what you think your score predictions are now. We're giving you a chance, a unique chance to actually give a score prediction after the game has started. Can you believe it? How very generous. I'm sticking with 4-4, 7-2 Brentford, 2-4, 18-0 Bowen, all of them. I like this. Can you imagine? I actually wonder what the most goals a player has ever scored in one game single-handedly is. I have absolutely no idea. 3-1 West Ham. Zuma's just defended and knocked the ball back up. Brentford are trying to play down the wing. A lot of overlaps going on, but we're dealing with it quite well. They've just broken through in the middle. Brentford have just scored. That is really frustrating. It's Mopay again. Mopay was always going to be a handful for us tonight. We have got a game on our hands, West Ham Network. As we were saying, so Zuma's knocked the ball back. We've actually been beaten for pace there. Emerson got beaten for pace. They've played the ball into the middle. 2-on-1. Mavropanos just doesn't get goal side of the man, and they have knocked the ball into the back of the net. Should we have done better there? Let us know your thoughts. Mopay's done quite well to chip the ball. I think if we were tighter to him, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that at all. The ball was relatively close to Areola as well, so it was one that potentially could have got to, but I don't think he was expecting the lift that he managed to get on there. Keep up the good work. Lucky Charm. Can hear the Bubba singing Bubbles. Sorry about that. She's just very passionate about West Ham. I've been making sure she starts early. Dan is basically bouncing her around, trying to stop her from screaming because, you know, she just wants to scream about West Ham. We have been 3-0 up before and lost 3-4 several times. There is no doubt that we've got a game on our hands tonight. We are 2-1 up right now. This needs updating and I don't have the ability to do it right now. I need to get better technologically with this because that is incorrect. But I prefer looking at this. So we'll keep this up here for now. Martin's saying 4-0. Too late, Martin. Howard says. Throw in to West Ham. I'm not saying it will spoil the outcome. Iron Bubble saying 2-1. That defending was shocking. We should have done a lot better for their goal. It was relatively quick passing, but there wasn't really any excuses for that. Goal. I was joking about the defence, guys. I swear, James, was it you that said we haven't played defence yet? Because that was basically the first time we'd had to defend and they scored from it. 18-1 now. I'd take 18-1. I'd definitely take 18-1. Is this with Bowen scoring all 18? They're out on the wing, trying to pass through. Very similar attack to what they've done. Ivan Toney knocking the ball in. Souček does really well there to get his ankle on the ball. They're trying to chip it back into the box. Kudus has just absolutely barged. That wasn't a free kick. Kudus has basically just shoved the player completely off the ball, but it hasn't been given as a foul from what I can see. 100% a foul there, but, you know, I don't mind. It's the biggest shove in the back that you could have imagined. Mopé scores a lot for them. He was always going to be a handful. Mopé and Tony are both going to make this game very, very difficult. People are unhappy with the defending that got that. Change the score, Holly. I don't have the ability to do it right now, but trust me, I am wishing that I could right now. Although, to be honest, like I said, definitely prone looking at this score line. I'm sure it will be changed imminently, and I can only apologise that this says 2-0 when it's actually 2-1. He's just gone down hard. Zuma has headed the ball out. Nice little one touch, but James Ward-Prowse can't get on the end of it. When teams score, why do they wrestle the ball and run back to the centre circle as quickly as they can? The game won't restart until the opposition are ready to kick off. Never understood it. I think often it's a sign of intention to get the ball back and sort of build on that momentum and not give the opponent a second to think. I think that's probably the main reason. It's not like you really gain much time. Souček just played a really nice long ball to Soufal, who's out on the wing looking for support. Kudus has it at his ankles. There's 3 Brentford players on 2 here. Soufal's got it. He's just nutmegged their player. He's crossed it in. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Souček nearly got on the end of it, and then Paquetá has absolutely skied it. Just rewatching the replay. So Soufal nutmegs their player, does a beautiful cross in. Soufal, it basically touches the inside of his calf and goes through his legs. And then Souček, and then Paquetá is on the edge of the box. A bit of a bobble, but he basically catches it with the top of his foot and it goes absolutely flying. How is Zuma playing? I will let you all answer this for yourselves. It's very difficult because there's not much mobility from him. We could have definitely done with him back defending for the goal. It's 2-1 to West Ham, in case you are just tuning in. The scoreline does not reflect it up here, but it will be changed shortly. Fear not. 2-1 now. Zuma out of position. As I was saying, obviously having Zuma back would have meant that we could have defended better. Mavropanos also could have got closer to the player that he was on. They played quick football, but no excuses there. We did not defend well. Bowen's on the wing though. He's constantly looking to get further up the pitch. Paquetá's looking to link up play all the time. Refreshing seeing him back in the game. Refreshing to see him back. How are we feeling? Let us know in the comments. Now back to our usual pattern of not wanting the ball. We're definitely not holding possession as well as we were. I think we're giving Brentford a little bit of time to get back into the game here, which isn't ideal. They're passing around quite nicely in our half of the pitch, which is not what we want to see. Bowen's still trying to chase down, but he is isolated. He's asking other players to drop into the space, so he's not on his own. How does Paquetá look? Let us know in the comments what you think. But personally, Paquetá looks brilliant. He looks fit. He's moving around really nicely. He's constantly wanting the ball. Emerson just does really well to get the ball back there. Alvarez nearly got on the end of it. Bowen has just been sandwiched, and it's a free kick to West Ham as he tried to break into our half. Paquetá looks really good. He's linking up play and looking a lot. We're just looking a lot more creative with him. It's as though as soon as he gets the ball, players are dispersing to try and get on the end and basically find space to get on the end of it. Should have been a pen. Great commentary. I'm trying my very, very best. Pointless trying to defend as we will concede. So may as well go for more goals, Peter. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see us. Oh, Kudus has just done some tricky little thing. Cheeky Kudus. Back to Areola. Long ball. Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see us outscore the opposition, but I also don't want us to give Brentford a chance to get back into the game. At the same time, we do have the ability to outscore our opposition. So there we go. Palace here. Come on, you Irons. What time you've fallen out of sync? 18 minutes 59. 19 minutes right now. So we are just at 19:05 now. So I will keep saying the time for a couple of seconds so you can all sync back up. How great was it to be 2-0 up? Didn't last long, but boy, was it worth it. It was fabulous, wasn't it? I hope you all enjoyed it. That's why I haven't still got over it. That's why I've not changed the scoreline. It's going to happen. It will get updated. Fear not. Thomas Frank looking very, very serious, munching away on some chewing gum on the bench. That Kudus foul was quite a shove in the box. I think we got away with one there with it not being a pen. So we're at 19 minutes 40 for anybody who is not synced up. Sorry for the lack of timer and the outdated scoreline here. It will be updated as soon as Anton returns. Anton, the tech wizard. Bowen, I think, might have just got his ankle trodden on or clattered. I was looking down at your comments and missed it. Yeah, just a bit of a scratchy old study tackle on the ankles. Get the likes in. Thank you. If you haven't already, give this video a nice little like, a cheeky little thumbs up to let us know that you're enjoying it, because as always, we want you guys to be involved. Let us know your thoughts so far. Definite foul there from Paquetá, but we'll forgive him because it's Paquetá. Kudus cuts it back and they've knocked it out for a throw-in. Soufal looking to do a long ball down the line. Souček on the end of it, out to Kudus, who's on the edge of the box, trying to get in, and he has crossed it in, but it's overshot. Over to Paquetá, who has volleyed it, and I thought it was in for a moment, but it's just gone wide of the post. So that came from a long throw from Soufal, a little chest from Souček. Kudus has taken their players on and managed to get across into the box, and Paquetá on the volley has managed to keep it down, which doesn't look very easy because he's had to do a weird hop, skip and a jump to basically line his feet up, but it has gone left and their keeper would have had it covered if it was going on target. Paquetá's got the ball again and he's looking to break down the wing. James Ward-Prowse back to Paquetá. We're playing a lot nicer football. It feels as though we're passing very nicely, and Paquetá is at the centre of a lot of these. Kudus has just taken a shot from just outside the box. I'm admiring our confidence to try and get these goals, and I want us to keep doing this. I don't want us to play it safe or do that thing where we play so many passes just trying to get it into the box. But Kudus has basically felt like he's got it. It's gone very wide looking at the replay, but he felt as though he had the opportunity to shoot, and I would always take that any day. Anton's gone to the pub. Maybe he has. I mean, when you're 2-0 up 6 minutes in, you kind of... there's nothing else to do, is there? So it's 2-1 for anyone just tuning in. We're at 21 minutes, 45 seconds now. Kudus is breaking down the wing, knocking it back to Souček. We look really keen to attack and get forward, despite the fact that at times we've got players that are dropping deep. We're using everything that we can to keep pushing forward and not just sit back. Come on, you Irons. As long as Paquetá doesn't get injured, he can sky a few. I agree. And I don't know if you agree, but let me know in the comments what you think. I've always said I would far rather, as a team, we take our chances and we just take some shots. And if we sky them, if we embarrass ourselves by missing horrifically, foul on Kudus just outside the box. The ref has blown for it. Reguilón's fuming. Oh, he gave him a yellow. The ref has just told him to shut up. Oh, Reguilón's absolutely losing it. It'd be nice to see him get a second yellow for dissent, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Kudus was just getting down the wing there and got absolutely clattered by Reguilón. But what I was trying to say is I've always been quite a firm believer in I would like us to just take our opportunities, shoot where we can, try and get a goal, because some of them will go in, whether it's from outside the box. Sometimes it's really frustrating when you just pass around the ball so much until you lose the ball. So let us know what you think, but I don't mind if people miss a few. I would far, far, far rather we take our chances. That is 2 Pac-Man has miss hit, but it is 2 that he's tried to score with, and that means we're in shooting positions, which can only be a good thing. We look so much better with Paquetá. It rhymes and it's true. So James Ward-Prowse is on the edge of the box. He's put one arm up. What does this mean? Didn't get past their player. That's what it meant. Kudus is on the edge of the box and their players are flying in. They're looking like they're getting a little bit frustrated. I reckon it's going to be a bit of a feisty game before long, but Paquetá's got the ball back. He's lofted it into the box. Sorry if you can hear me. She's very excited. And their player has just put it out. I think that's our throw-in. Is it theirs? It's their throw-in. They're taking it. They're passing back. Brentford looking surprisingly negative. Perhaps a little shaken by the 2 goals that we've scored. For anyone who's just tuning in, we are at 24 minutes now, and it is 2-1 to West Ham. This scoreline just needs updating, so I apologise about that. I think Kudus needs an eye test, perhaps, but I would far rather we take those chances and try and score some goals. Make sure you give this a like if you haven't already. Howard here, he has gently caressed the like button. Just as good, if not better. Brentford are trying to get the ball in. Mavropanos has knocked it back out. Emerson's got it down on the wing to Paquetá. Back to Emerson. We have no, Alvarez has got it now. We've still got possession. Oh, God, he's being chased down. He has done really well to keep possession there. I'm not quite sure how he's done that. Paquetá's got the ball. Paquetá's given the ball away, unfortunately. They have got it. They're on the edge of the box, trying to get it in. Souček is on him. Souček just stuck a lazy leg out. Zuma has just done the world's biggest lunge. He basically did the splits and he has managed to put the ball out for a corner. That's very important because things were not going well there. Players were all out of place. So they're looking to just line up for their corner. We need to attack as we can't defend. Hopefully this does not come back to bite us because it's currently 2-1, 25th minute. Sorry if you can hear me. I do apologise. They're trying to get the ball in, but we are currently defending well enough to keep them out of the net for their second goal, but we definitely don't want that. Paquetá is making a big difference. I'm seeing a lot of your comments. It's a must-win game tonight. You've got to get the goals. You've got to get the shots in to get the goals. Attacking areas, 63% down the right for Brentford, so they're definitely targeting our right-hand side. Corner, they're just about to take it. They have, Paquetá's managed to get on the end of it. He's done well. Reguilón was keen to get there, but he didn't manage to. Win or lose, this is relegation battle football, but I like it if it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Bring it on, 6-5. Love that. Love that. Have they had another player meeting? Things are looking quite good so far. I mean, I would like to see us continue as we did for the first 6 minutes with all the goals and all the possession. Inevitably, it was never going to happen for the whole game, but Brentford are just taking a throw in. It's a long throw into the box. They are trying desperately to land it in there. I think someone's landed on one of the Brentford players' feet. He seems very sad and has lost a shoe. We've cleared it out. Mavropanos, Brentford are getting it back into the box. Zuma has managed to get on the end of it and get it back out of the box. And it has gone for a Brentford throw. Paquetá leaving a little one in there. Cheeky. Leaving a little one in on their player just to remind them that we don't want them to take that throw early. Can I just say this is the most entertaining we've been this year? I agree. First of all, the 6 minutes, 2-0 up. Just for anyone tuning in, we are at 26 minutes, 50 seconds, and it's 2-1. This scoreline is out of date, and I can only apologise for that. We've managed to get the ball back out of the box. They are continuously trying to get it into the box, but we are doing well in terms of getting on the end of it. Mavropanos, again, headering it out. Kudus has brought the ball down and basically done a scissor kick over his own head back to their keeper. Interesting. It was offside, I think. Moyes is absolutely screaming, telling people to get up by the looks of it. Take Zuma off. Would you take Zuma off? Who would you put on to replace him? Would it be a Gerd? Would it be Ogbonna? Let us know your thoughts. Paquetá telling people to push up as well. Long ball, straight up to Paquetá. We're definitely trying to get it to him. He has just absolutely dived embarrassingly, to be honest. Him and the player were both going up for it. And he's kind of felt a little bit of contact and basically belly flopped, but a while after the player had touched him, it didn't really work out, that one. Mavropanos back to Areola, out wide to Zuma. Oh my God, it was a terrible pass to Zuma, and Zuma managed to get and recover it. Well, I say it was a terrible pass to Zuma. It was a terrible pass knowing that Zuma can't travel very fast, very quickly, but he did manage to save us there. Out to Emerson, James Ward-Prowse. Switching play over to the other side. Mavropanos, we're looking to attack down the right. Sufel on the right-hand side. He's got a lot of space there. We've got a balloon on the pitch as well. Kudus, little overlap. Doesn't have any options at the moment. He's trying to get past them. He's done it, and he's got the ball into the box, but there's nobody where he's managed to get it into. Alvarez tried to knock it back up the pitch, but he's knocked it out for a throw-in. Completely agree, though. This is the most entertaining that we have been this year. You bring us luck. I'm trying. I might have to be here all game, every game, if this is the case. Although they have scored once. Maybe I don't bring enough luck. Don't apologise. Mia is one of us. She is. That's why she can't be quiet during a West Ham game. She's probably swearing in baby. I reckon that's what she's actually up to. How are we all feeling, though? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I definitely agree that this is the most entertaining we've been this season, most exciting football we've played. And it looks as though everyone's eager to get the ball, which is something I felt we've been missing massively. We are just on Brentford's heels as well. Every time they get the ball, we are lunging in, trying to get something. Souček's doing quite well as well, getting on the end of it. Ogbonna, you would bring on? We need a penalty. Peter, I will always take a penalty. Just for anything. We do need a penalty. You're completely right. Has Alvarez touched the ball or player yet? He hasn't managed to get on the end of much, has he? It does look as though he's kind of chasing the ball around. I'd say he's been our quietest player so far. So interesting to see if he does get into the game. Inevitably, I'm sure he'll get his yellow card before long. Zuma clears the ball and lofts it out. It's gone back to Brentford, who are passing backwards. They're looking very negative. Like I said, I really, really think they're a little bit shaken by the beginning because they're not bringing it to us. They've just passed it. Little chip. We are on their heels. Marking quite well. There we go. Alvarez got the ball and the player, but he got the ball. Scooped it out, throw into them. Emerson. Here we go. Lucky Holly, stay on here. Don't you worry. I'll stay on for as long as I can. Hopefully we can get to like 10-0, maybe I'll let Anton on and I'll come off. Bring on Oggy for Zuma or we will lose 3-2. Having said that though, Oggy wasn't looking too fast or too decisive when we last played him. Bowen's running all the way up the pitch. He's got Ward-Prowse behind him for support. If Ward-Prowse can do a big delivery, we've got players free on the other side of the pitch. Oh, he hasn't. Emerson's got it. Paquetá's got it. We've slowed the ball right down. We're looking for a nice ball. Soufal's on the edge of the box here, just waiting for it. Lovely little ball. Lovely little flick. Oh, they've closed us down. They've just blocked us out. We nearly got on the end of it. We didn't quite manage to. Need to run at Reguilon. I agree. Reguilon is looking shaken. So if there's anyone that we can target, I would definitely like to see us push our boundaries with him and see what we can do. We're playing some really nice football down the left. Little 1-2 touches, little triangles. Brentford are trying very hard to make it difficult and they're closing down in numbers. Paquetá got fouled. He believes he got fouled. They got his ankles, I think. He's fuming. He slapped the floor. He's got up. He's also got a fresh haircut, I believe. 31 minutes, 29 seconds, 2-1 to West Ham. For anyone that didn't see the beginning, he's kind of run over the player's foot, but I suppose it's a foul if they move towards him. Arguable. Alvarez has got the ball, running with it, and he's played it out wide to Soufal, who is looking to get down the wing, but hasn't managed to. Zuma calling for the ball, but it didn't get past him. Bowen is in midfield. Bowen's running back into defence with the ball. Shows that players are keen to get the ball, though. That is one of the things I'm a big fan of. Ogbonna is faster than Zuma. I agree, especially from standing. I believe that's where Zuma is struggling most to kick off in any different direction. We saw it about 5 minutes ago. Areola played a slightly dodgy pass out to Zuma, and Zuma didn't have the agility to basically take off, chip the ball in. Kudus on the end of it with a header. Paquetá has gone down in the box, but it's not a foul. It was just shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, we saw it. It was a bit of a bad pass to Zuma. He just couldn't get on the end of it. He did quite well in the end to sort of put the player off, but it was a little bit scary for a while. A wheelie bin is faster than Zuma. People are just listing things that are faster than Zuma. A wheelie bin definitely is faster than Zuma in the wind that there's been today. We have got the ball. We've pushed it out to the wings. We're doing really well on the right wing. Kudus has got it on the edge of the box, looking to shoot. He releases it, but it goes straight into the keeper's hands. Pac-Man shot there, gets up instantly raging. Paquetá is. When Paquetá believes that Paquetá's been fouled, Paquetá is not happy. Moyes probably won't change Zuma at half time. I mean, the fact that he started Zuma suggests that he thinks this is the best lineup. And we've seen that unless Zuma kind of goes down injured or is noticeably slower, we don't tend to make a change there, but we'll see what happens. This is a game where we need a proper captain. I did see Zuma trying to rile up the troops a few games ago, but I agree that this is the kind of game, I mean, every single game, you need someone that's going to get the team together and sort things out, whether it is going your way or isn't going your way, to keep that momentum and keep that pressure on. Something that we definitely need to do. Peter saying, watching West Ham is not good for your health. It definitely isn't. The amount of blood pressure problems that there must be at West Ham, astonishing. So Brentford are just playing the ball around at the back at the moment. Jared closing down but unable to keep sprinting because he'd been just sprinting at them constantly. They've played it to Tony. Zuma's just given him a little shove, pushed him back out from our defence. Get out of here. They're playing it round. How are we all feeling? Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the game. We are 34 minutes and 15 seconds in. It's West Ham 2, Brentford 1. I want to know your thoughts on the game so far. We'd obviously gone 2-0 up within 6 minutes, something that none of us thought was going to happen before the game started today. Oh, Soufal nearly got on the end of it. We've taken the throw. Kudus has got it. Headering it around like a dolphin with a beach ball. Alvarez gets the ball out to the other wing. Emerson. I wanted him to run at them, but he didn't run at them. Paquetá's got it. Nice little turn. Emerson down the wing. Unfortunately, could not get on the end of it, but that was a really good overlap. We really are trying it on both wings, and we're not making it easy whatsoever for Brentford. But let us know your thoughts in the comments of how it's going so far. and how this is comparing to what your expectations were at the start of the day, because I know a lot of people weren't feeling positive, and I know that I was really hoping that we could get a result from tonight, and I know that it's very far from being over. There you go. We're going to get the ball into the box. Alvarez has done it. Didn't beat the first man. Did not beat the first man. Brentford are now running at us. One long ball to Ivan Toney. Get there. Go on. Go on, Mavropanos. Brilliant. He has got on the end of a ball that was not intended to go anywhere near him. Very important. Otherwise, it was essentially one-on-one. Ivan Toney, Zuma's heel. Well done. He's caught it. Souček has booted it out of our box. Bowen looks to put the player off rather than get on the end of the header, because whoever that player is, 23 for Brentford, is a giant, an absolute giant. Brentford are jogging it down the wing. Paquetá's closing them down. Bowen's looking a little bit tired. We need another goal, says George. We do need another goal. We need another goal or two. Zuma has just managed to stop the ball. No one's gone out to them, and Mavropanos has got on the end of it, got it back out of the box, but Brentford looking to come back into the box. They're trying to turn our players, but we're doing very well. Oh, lovely little chest back from Souček. Calm as anything, back into Areola's hands. Jared Bowen struggling to get on the end of the long balls. It's interesting that we're still playing long balls to him. Kudus taking all their players on. Lovely little touches around their players. He's taken a shot and it's gone wide. He shot from very far out there. Mia's very sad about that. He has shot from very far out. Wasted an opportunity because there were some options available there. Peter replying to George, we need another 3 goals to make sure. I think with West Ham, you just need as many goals as possible, don't you? So yeah, Kudus has taken the ball out left. He shot with his left foot, but he has dragged it wide. It has not gone where he's wanted it to. He's taken a few different opportunities there. Thank you. I appreciate the lovely words. I'm trying my very best to commentate on the game whilst not ignoring all your lovely comments, because you guys give me loads of stuff to talk about, which definitely helps. Captain Hopalong will stay on whilst we are winning or losing. I can't see him being brought off by Moyes, if I'm honest. Let me know in the comments. I know quite a few of you were saying you'd prefer to see Ogbonna. Ogbonna obviously hasn't played in a while, though. So does he work in the best partnership in terms of communication? Ogbonna can, obviously, he's got quite good leadership skills, so it could be another thing that he could bring. But again, Zuma's running out from the back. He's running it. He's running it out from the back. I just can't get over how broken his knees look. But Kudus is now, we're in their half. We are in their half. Passing it out. James Ward-Prowse jogging it down out to the wing. Paquetá's on the ball. Paquetá's looking for options. Paquetá's dancing with the ball. He always looks like he's dancing, doesn't it? We're playing some nice little triangles on the wing. The problem is that Brentford are bringing all their players in to try and make it difficult for us. Ooh, nice little short ball. So Bowen, who was just on the edge of the box trying to get on the end of it, but he didn't quite manage to. The pass wasn't quite perfect. Bowen's looking very, very tired. I see you've decided not to copy Russ and Anton by not growing a beard. I've been trying. It's a little bit difficult for me. We try our best, though. Maybe next week I'll have a beard. Maybe next week. We can only hope. Would be a good time for James Ward-Prowse to score from a free kick or two. I would absolutely love to see that. One of the things I really want to see from James Ward-Prowse is for him to play a long ball in open play. I feel like when we get free kicks, when we get corners, he's obviously quite confident at placing the ball exactly where he wants it. But there are quite a few times where he gets the ball and he has a long ball option on, but he almost looks scared to do it. And I'm not sure why he does when it's in open play, because there's no one better in the Premier League really than him at doing that. Perhaps it's a confidence thing. Perhaps he doesn't want to get out of position. But I would love to see him just try a few long balls. Brentford are going to be trying to do that to Ivan Toney. So for anyone that's seen a fair bit of how Brentford have been playing with him, they're quite a big fan of either passing directly through the centre or playing the long ball so that he can get on the end of it. We're doing quite well actually marking him out of the game and making it really difficult at the moment. But Toney and Mope are the two that we're going to have to keep out of this game because we can't have them coming in. We cannot have them coming in. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all the lovely comments, by the way, because I can't lie, I'm quite new to the commentary side of things. So we're trying our very best and really appreciating your comments. That Zuma waddle/run made me laugh. Now that's comedy. If anyone didn't see, that was why I was kind of giggling. He basically took the ball out of our box and was running, but it was the most uncomfortable looking run I've ever seen. I do commend Zuma, right? Because I commend Zuma because I've never seen a player in the Premier League consistently starting, consistently trying as well, whilst looking absolutely broken. Absolutely broken. Bit worrying is that they may bring Wisser on second half to go with Mope and Tony. I agree. We definitely would not want to see the three of them up against us. I think it would make it a lot harder. We've got a free kick, though, out in the wing. James Ward-Prowse is lining up for it. Emerson looked as though he maybe wanted to take that. James Ward-Prowse has told him, off you go. Off you go. Just lining up to take it. Brentford have one, two. Oh, they've cut the angle away. Brentford have a lot of players back on the edge of the box. We're running, trying to make things difficult for them. Oh, we played short ball to Paquetá. Out wide. Out wide to Emerson. Oh, onto Souček's head. Bit of an awkward angle. He's tried to get underneath it and he's basically sent it far over the crossbar. So we played it short to Paquetá rather than playing the long ball. Got it in, and then from the edge of the box, there was an overlap which dragged one of their players. Tried to get it in. The ball was basically the opposite side to goal side. Souček's tried to header it, but he's got underneath it. And it's just gone flying over. West Ham have had 13 shots and Brentford have had 2 shots. That is how it's going. That is a very flattering stat. I like it. Big fan of that. Commentator has several times mentioned how passive we are. We've had quite a few shots, though, so things are looking better than I would say they have. But I agree, West Ham have been playing a little passively. Thank you, Ruby. Really appreciate lovely comments for the commentary. Like I said, I'm trying my best. I'm no Anton or Russ, but we try. We try our best. We need to start the second half like we did the first. That's going to be massive because Brentford are going to be coming back off the back of a very, very tough team talk with a point to prove, and they're going to be trying to get the 3 points from us. So we definitely need to come out all guns blazing, not giving them a second to think. Because this is what we've done so well, is that we just shocked them. I don't think they expected us to come out like that. We've done really well. Passing the ball. Brentford have got the ball on the edge of the box. They're trying to cut in, but we're making it quite difficult by closing down the angles. Soufal's done really well there. They're trying to pass into the box now. Still on the edge of the box. We're just not letting them into the box. Soufal's done really well there, blocking it with his back, and it's gone out for a throw-in. We're doing quite a good job of stopping them getting into the box wherever possible. Antonio looking a little bit sad in a vest. He said, I'm not. I don't know what he was talking about, but he's out there warming up. Well, I say warming up. He's doing some lunges, some stretches. I'm trying my best to not give you any silent pauses. I'm trying. It's the benefit of having someone that never shuts up. West Ham 2, Brentford 1 scoreboard. I know, I apologise at the scoreboard. This is the one thing I'm not doing very well. I don't have the ability to change this, and I don't have the clock here. This is something I'm going to learn so that I can do this a lot better for commentary in the future. David Moyes is shouting back to the backroom staff. I'm not sure what he's up to, but he's got a pen and he's got a paper. Masterclass incoming. We look much more positive today, Mandy says, and I completely agree. Every single player has wanted the ball. It's looked like we feel confident that we can get on the end of balls, that we can try things. Soufal's brought the ball down on his chest, the long ball over, and Brentford have recovered it in their back line. But again, we're forcing them to play how we have for a lot of the season, where they're passing around at the back a fair bit before they kind of get out. Paquetá closing down. Again, they've got no option but to go backwards. We're doing really well, just closing down the options. Every single time they look to get forward, we're closing down the options. We're not making it easy for them. It looks like they've been working on set pieces, all of which will end up with Souček on the end of it. Very true. The amount of long balls that Brentford are playing is rather impressive, and Souček is doing incredibly well getting on the end of all of it. So in case anyone saw that, Paquetá to Emerson, really nice skills down the side. Basically sandwiched. Very sad. Sitting on the floor. 2-1 West Ham. 44 minutes and 13 seconds right now. Apologies that the scoreline is wrong for anybody that's watching. Come on, you irons, says Drainhole Hammers. I completely agree. I think our players will be blowing out their arses for most of the second half. I think so as well, but they've got a little 15-minute breather. They should be fine. Come on, you Hammers. Come on, you Hammers. Second half. Let us know in the comments. We're approaching half-time. Long ball into the box. Oh, Souček. Got the foot on the end of it. He's just knocked it over. I was offside as well. Doesn't matter. It was James Ward-Prowse. Free kick. Yeah, Souček's offside. In fact, Souček and Kudus and Zuma, I think, were all offside. He's got on the end of it. It's just bounced, hit the floor, gone over the top. And it was offside. So essentially, it was not a goal. Yeah, second half is going to be massive. There's 3 minutes of added time. So 45th minute, West Ham 2, Brentford 1. The second half is a worry. Moyes will be happy with the score and want to sit back. Brentford will attack and make some changes. There's no doubt that Brentford are going to be having a very serious chat. Souček doing well there. Brentford on a break. They are trying to get down the wing. Kudus has just absolutely clattered into the back of their player. This time it was given as a free kick. Unfortunate, but I think he did what he needed to do there, and he's avoided getting a card by the looks of it, which is lovely. He has just clattered into the back of Tony. No intention of getting that ball. Just a lovely little shove. The second half is going to be interesting because they're going to come out and be told to do something different. And a lot of us are concerned that we will sit back and play more defensively. But I don't think there's any need for us to do that. We scored 2 goals in 6 minutes. We're looking a lot more positive. We're putting pressure on Brentford. We're making it difficult for them. Reguilon's lining up to take their free kick. We've got a lot of players in the box. Not sure whether we're going to mark zonally or man mark. They've whipped the ball in. None of their players got on the end of it. Souček did again. They're trying to get it back into the box. They've chipped it. Oh my goodness. Their player has got on the end of it. Was it offside? Tony managed to basically creep through, get on the end of it, pushed it wide, and it was offside anyway. So it didn't matter. It did not matter. People blaming Anton, to be fair. I should have learned how to do the clock and the score line, so I can only apologise to you all. It's 46 minutes, 35 minutes in, 3 minutes of added time. So we've got about a minute and a half left. 2-1 to West Ham. 2-2-1. Lovely, lovely. Mandy, I hope I'm wrong and can keep the pressure on for the second half. 100% agree. Keeping the pressure on Brentford is going to be essential to us winning this, because if we just sit back and absorb pressure, they will be able to play the ball to Mope and Tony. They can make subs that are going to make it more difficult for us. And that could be very bad. So we've knocked the ball up. Souček's doing incredibly well, getting on the end of every single long ball. The throw in is ours. Souček's taking it nice and early. He's dropped it behind him because we didn't have any options to take it early. It's going to be a very long fingernail/toenail biting second half to come. Peter, biting toenails. Peter. That's what West Ham does to you. You run out of fingernails. See you, West Ham, on Saturday. He's trying to work out how we got 2 goals. He's got instructions to say get one, stop playing. 4 points, back up to 15th, 5 points above relegation. Good luck today. Poor induction training by Anton. Tut. There's only myself to blame. For anyone that's just tuning in, it is West Ham 2, Brentford 1. 47 minutes and 50 seconds out of 48. James Ward-Prowse, big bundle on the floor. Souček having a little chat with the ref. He's blowing his whistle. He's saying, I don't know. I don't care. Bone looking very serious. Half time. West Ham 2, Brentford 1. It was a brilliant start. We've played pretty well the rest of it as well. Obviously, a bit of shocking defending to let them get their goal back, but we knew it was going to be difficult because we knew that they would put pressure on our defence, and we knew that we needed to have pace there, and that's one of the things that we're lacking with that centre-back pace pairing. But how are we feeling about that first half, Hammers? How are we feeling? Drop us a comment. Let us know. Let's have a discussion. Give us something to talk about. Do you reckon we can do it? Are we feeling positive that those 3 points are ours now? Because I think if we could come out the second half, how we came out the first half, attacking, positive, wanting the ball, on their heels, not giving them a moment to think, I don't see any reason that we can't get another goal, another 2 goals, and just make it really difficult. What we don't need to do is let them get back into the game. Brentford are going to be having some massive team talk right now. The things they need to change, the pressure that they need to put on us, and we don't want things turning back the other way, because Brentford are quick. They're good on the break. They're going to be looking to play directly through our lines, which is something we need to be careful of. So if we can just hold possession and actually play attacking football, not give them time to play those nice through balls that we know that they're able to do, then we have the chance to do this. We can do this. Good half, Holly. Well done involving the chat and keeping up with the commentary. Trying my very best to multitask. I'm trying my very best, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you're feeling about that first half. I want to hear what you liked. I want to hear what you didn't like. I want to hear what you think is going to be in that halftime chat. I know a lot of us are probably concerned that it's going to be more of a let's try and defend a 2-1 lead, but I'm hoping that that is not going to be the case, because there's no need to. Scoring 2 goals in 6 minutes, why would we not go for 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of the second half? It's good Souček getting all these chances, but what if we replace that with someone can pass. B, as a forward, can finish either way. Souček's not the answer. Having said that, I am really liking how Souček is winning possession back quite a lot, and he's getting on the end of a lot of long balls that are coming our way. I think we would be missing that in the centre. I think he has been doing well. Good, but it feels like 2 freak goals, and now normal service will be resumed. It did feel like 2 freak goals. It did feel like 2 very quick goals, but I think maybe that's because we're not used to it happening. It felt like very fluid football, which we have played at other times in this game as well. So I believe that we can do it. We told Holly VAR chalked it off. There we go, 2-1. I'm sure you're a lot happier that the scoreline has updated. If it stays like this, we'll be safe for 42 points. Are we up to 42 points? We're not, are we? No, I was going to say. But safety is well within our reach. It's funny, isn't it? You can be anywhere in the league as a West Ham fan, and you're always just looking to be safe. I'm well pleased with the first half, says Mandy. So West Ham are on 39 points as it stands. So if we can keep winning, we will be 39 points, 1 point from the old safety mark. Thank you, Dan. How are we all doing? What are our thoughts? Make sure you drop us a comment. Loving all the engagement in the chat as well. Kudus has a goal in him. He does, doesn't he? He has tried about 4 times and missed. So you know what they say, 5th time lucky. It's coming. I've said it before, say it again. I'd rather we take the opportunities to shoot when a player thinks they've got a shot on goal, because that is how you score the goals. And that's how you score the wonder goals, isn't it? The ones that you never think will go in. The ones that you never think will go in. Could be a 3-2 either way this game. Completely agree. It's been very end-to-end. Both teams trying to take their chances. Could go either way. I think it's going to depend a lot on how both teams come out in the second half. We could be back up to 8th. 3-1 win. 3-1 win. Surprised Paquetá has made the difference. George, I agree, actually. I knew that it was going to be exciting that he was back, but I did think, how much of a difference can one player make when we've had these other talented players that are going to be playing around him anyway? How much of a difference can it make having him tying things together? My goodness, it's made a big difference today. It just feels like he's linking everybody up. And when he's holding up the ball, other players are actually running into positions because they want the ball from him, which is something that we've just struggled with. We don't look like we're panicking as well. Could it be that his calm essence that he exudes amongst the whole pitch, could it be that that's what's calming players down a little bit to play the balls? Rich, hi. The best game we have played since December. I completely agree. Completely agree. Need to be like soldiers going to war to win this, as they will come out to attack us. I completely agree. This is what we need to do. We have got to take this so seriously to just be on their heels. Do not even let them turn. One of the things we've done quite well, especially in the second half of the first half, is that we have been stopping them getting into the box. Every time they've looked for that pass, we've closed off those opportunities. We've closed the options. We've closed the angles down. We've done really well with that. One of the things that's made a massive difference, though, and as I said, so between the 16th and the 30th minute, when we last faced Brentford, we closed them down loads and we only allowed them 7.3 passes per defensive action compared to our average of 16.72 passes per defensive action. And it made it really difficult for them. That's one of the things we've done really well. So let us know what you think of our pressing today and if that's been the game changer. In terms of the scoreline, but that goal from Bowen looks up for it today as well. I mean, he always looks up for it, but he's doing well. Let us know your thoughts if you haven't already in the comments. I still don't think we have the 3 points in the bag yet. Sorry, says Martin. Martin, you don't need to apologise. The 3 points are never in the bag until the full-time whistle blows. So do not apologise for that. Great first half. I completely agree, Happy Hammerette. I am very, 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 very happy. I was feeling positive and I was feeling hopeful going into this game, but the way that we've actually played, for anyone that's watching, the replay of Bowen's goal is absolutely fabulous. He has got the ball outside of the foot, he's whipped it round and it's just gone in, touching the post and deflecting in. Their keeper literally has it covered and he's found the millimetre that he had to hit for it to go in. Pac-Man is worth 500k a week. He is our creator on offence. I completely agree with that as well. He has been absolutely fantastic. A lot of people worried we were maybe starting him a bit too early, but the difference that he's made, I can see exactly why. And he looks fit. He looks good. He looks fit. He doesn't look injured. And I'd like to think that if he could feel something, he would tell Moyes so that he could be brought off and wouldn't just try and power through, because that would be very silly. Because as we can see, we definitely need him. But he's just been closing down the angles. He's been chasing players down. Positionally, he's been very clever with being able to close them down without having to do too much running as well. And then he's just bringing players into the action, passing the ball. Absolutely brilliant. James Ward-Prowse off for Antonio or Ings for the second half. Kudus can take the free kicks. James Ward-Prowse hasn't been particularly effective. Kudus and Soufal have been doing some beautiful overlaps. Just watching the goal again, Kudus out to Soufal, who brings it in, and Bowen fires it home for the second goal. Maybe wise to sub Paquetá. Don't want his injury pulling again. We need him so much. Definitely, we do not want him being injured. But I suppose the question is, if he's feeling fit and he is playing well, and he's going to be honest about if he does start to feel anything ever so slight, is he fit enough to play? Hopefully. He was out for a little while. I'd like to think we got his fitness up before we just plopped him on the pitch. Brentford looking shell-shocked when those first 2 goals went in as well. What a sight. What a sight. This is what happens when we play in the opposition's half, says Cockney Buccaneer. Been crying out for it with this squad. And it's true. We've brought it to them today. We have not sat back. We've not absorbed the pressure. And that's one of the things we've got to make sure that we do in the second half. We need to make sure we're not just sitting back and absorbing pressure, but we are there to attack them. Need Antonio on to bully their centre-back. Maybe give him 30. I actually agree that could be a good one. Bring someone off that's been less effective and put Antonio on. I saw a couple of comments saying to bring Souček off. Personally, I wouldn't bring him off. I think he's done really, really well getting on the end of long balls, and there's going to be more of those to come in the second half, I'm sure. He's played quite a big part in us getting back possession and stopping them breaking quite quickly. So I'm not sure he's the player that I'd bring off. Just watching back, bit of shoddy defending for their goal. But then again, like we've said, we knew that it was going to be difficult with the defensive lineup that we have and the communication at the back. And Brentford are very, very quick when they're on the attack. Can we outscore them though? Bowen started on fire. Thank you so much for the lovely words, Paul. Enjoyed the first half. Not so defensive, actually trying to win a game. That's exactly what we've done today. And it has been absolutely fabulous. 39 points, Michael says. Correct. We will be on 39 points. Same again for the second half. When Bowen was kicked in the ankle, Paquetá was quickly in to kick the offender. No one messes with his teammates. Absolutely no one. Hi, Zach. Take Zuma off. We need to start well. Zuma is definitely a liability at the back. Let us know in the comments if you'd bring Zuma off and who you would bring on to replace him. Alvarez and Pac-Man will both get their usual card. I'm sure they will. You know they love to. It's not a West Ham game until they've managed to do that. Big, big, big second half coming up. He bites back in tackle quickly when we lose the ball. That's one of the things that Paquetá does do really well. Even if he ends up on the floor or he thinks he's been fouled and he hasn't, he manages to get up very quickly and he manages to get the ball back, or at least make it difficult for them to do anything with the ball. Seems like it. Happy hammers. A lot of happy hammers in the chat. And this is what we love to see. This is what we've needed, haven't we, hammers? Because it's been a sad little patch at West Ham and it had to end at some point, and it's going to end tonight. Famous last words, but it's going to happen tonight. Brentford should not win. They should not win. We should win. Just need to keep them out for 55 minutes second half and maybe try and sneak a third. I agree we need to go for the goal. We've got to get another goal. If we can come out fast like we did in the first half and shock them, it's going to make it really difficult for them to get into the game. They're going to be having a halftime talk right now, being told that they've got to press us, that they've got to hold possession and attack and attack and attack. But if we can actually go in there and not let them do that, their game plan will go out the window within 5 minutes and we can just make it difficult for them. Happy Hammerette, we're not a one-man team, but how can we look so different just because Paquetá's back? Let us know in the comments as well, because I completely agree. I'm a little bit baffled. I knew it'd be exciting having Paquetá back, but I didn't expect all of the players around him to look so much better just because he was there. Hope Bowen gets a hat-trick. I completely agree. He deserves that hat-trick. But they bring on Wisser in the second half. I mean, if Brentford are going to try and get the goal and trying to beat us, bringing Wisser on and having Mope and also having Tony, that's definitely the way to do it. 3-2 either way. Need to be like soldiers. You worry about the weaknesses. Mia's just giving her thoughts as well. Good first half. Hope Moyes doesn't go back to playing defensive. We must score the next goal. I definitely agree with this one. Most of the comments are echoing the same thing at the moment, aren't they? That we've got to go and just attack. We've just got to go and attack. Reckon we will see Antonio on for Paquetá around the hour mark. Could be a good one. Antonio could run and bully their defence a little bit. Paquetá could do with the rest. My concern is how different we might look with Antonio on, but Paquetá off. But again, we don't want to be risking Paquetá. We've seen how pivotal he is. Could somebody get Holly a drink? I've got very exciting water in a bottle. Beautiful. So fresh. Hertfordshire's finest water. So many players look desperate for a goal. They do. What a difference this game is to the last 8 weeks worth. The question is, what has changed? What has changed? It can't just as though every player is really up for it. And this is a massive, massive patch in our season. The last 4 games, we've got 3 incredibly difficult games. Before that, we've got a patch where there are a lot of the should win, the must win games. We have got Brentford tonight, Everton away on Saturday, and then the first leg of the round of 16 in the Europa League journey as we go away to Freiburg on the 7th of March. We've then got Burnley at home, Freiburg at home, and Villa at home. So tonight's game could be our opportunity to start building that momentum again and give us something to really build on, give us that confidence back that we've needed so desperately so that we can actually go and make something of this. So here's hoping that we can come out second half, absolutely batter Brentford. We need the second half, a big second half though. We've seen us do it too many times before where we come out a little bit more negative, a little bit more relaxed perhaps. We need the next goal. It'll all go pear-shaped. We definitely need another goal. We love goals. Why wouldn't we want as many goals as possible? Zuma is as bad as Moyes and Souček. I think Souček's actually been quite good tonight. Did you notice how Emerson just has license to run forward as he knows the ball will get to him? Yes, the overlaps have been brilliant. The overlaps on the other side as well with Soufal and Kudus have been brilliant. Like both sides, I feel like we're making it really difficult because we're not that predictable. Oh, we're not that predictable and it is making it a lot harder for them to know which side we're going to attack down. Apologies for the noises there. Oh, I can't hear you, Anton.
If you need me, I'm here. I'm here if you need me.
Hello. Thank you. We're just seeing if Dan's bobbing of Mir is going to...
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cute. That is cute.
She's buzzing about the result at the moment. What do you think of the first half?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can't believe it. The intensity's been unbelievable. And it's funny, isn't it? Everyone talks about, is it the one man? But I think one man, I'm not saying he's the answer. He's absolutely helped dramatically because he's brought that level of, he does obviously the intense tackling, coming back, but he's just so clever on the ball. And what his cleverness allows other players to be and do their job, essentially. It's very clear that we have missed him, dramatically missed him by his first half performance. But on top of that, everyone's raised their levels. And sometimes what I don't understand with this West Ham team is when we do this, we can get at teams. And, you know, when you think back to the Arsenal Carabao Cup game, that's what we did. But for some reason, we don't do it every game. And then sometimes we sit back and it's frustrating. And that's what leads to frustrating times. Equally, though, there's an element of mistakes in the game. Obviously, when you see or the lackadaisical defensive approach. So the way they conceded, it was pretty routine, straightforward football, which is quite frustrating. That side of things. So yeah, I don't know what I just think we need that intensity. I've been listening to you whilst my little boy, my wife's just come in from work. He's still not sleeping. I told you in the text earlier on today. I was like, the minute that I need him to go to sleep early, he will not go to sleep early.
He knows.
Yeah, he absolutely knows.
The harder you try to get them to sleep, the harder it is to get them to sleep. Facts.
Absolutely, 100%. It's happened so many times and it's so frustrating. But listen, I just want us to go out with the same form of intensity and drive and try and put the game to bed if we can. It'd be so nice to be able to put a game to bed. But listen, Brentford have had a team talk. They know what West Ham are all about. They know that they can shut up shop and frighten West Ham. And 100%. That is what they're going to try and do.
They're playing the long balls as well.
Yeah.
It'll be down to us. Funny seeing the different comments with such mixed opinions about Souček and how he's been doing, with some thinking he's doing really well, some thinking he's doing horrendously. I wouldn't say he's done too well in terms of dispersing the ball. Oh, Zuma's up near the centre circle. But he has done really well in terms of breaking up play and just getting on the end of the long balls which we know that Brentford are going to like to play. Emerson's just got water. Oh, Bowen nearly got it into the box. We're not sitting back though, that's for sure. Paquetá.
No, certainly not. No,
beautifully. He just turned his body so the player had no choice but to go through the back of him.
So clever like that, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely loves it. The way he uses his body, and for someone that's not the biggest unit, he is surprisingly physical, isn't he? Like strong.
Yeah. Just such an important player. Brings. Do you know what? He helps. He helps players like Emerson. Emerson gets that vibe again. You know, he likes to get forward when you've got a player like Paquetá. You feel that coverage, and you feel like Bowen's not having to do as much work as what he's having to has been doing over the last few weeks. That's what I'm saying. Like Paquetá brings, as much as it frustrates people, but we've got a world-class player, and that world-class player brings everyone the best out of everyone. That's kind of what happens, you know.
Yeah, 100%. James Ward-Prowse on ball into the box. It doesn't quite bounce for us. Nobody manages to get on the end of it, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Right, I'm going to head off because I have a mayor. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, thank you very much, Molly.
Get some more goals. Lions.
Cheers, Ollie. Bye-bye. So there you go. Back with Anton. I know everyone's been buzzing. There's been an altercation in the tunnel. Who's that? Kevin Nolan. Interesting. A little altercation in the tunnel. Thanks to Holly. I hope little Mia's okay, which she will be. And Brentford are on the attack now, attacking West Ham's goal. Ball's being sprung out wide right. He's got a bit of a gap and he's got a bit of free time. Ball gets whipped in over the head of every Brentford player. Ball's being cleared out to the edge of the 18-yard box. James Ward-Prowse clears. And Norgard clears also, but they've found it with the first ball just on the edge of the 18-yard box, heading out to the corner flag. Looks like potentially a foul from Sufal, but no, the referee hasn't given it. West Ham come on the attack, and he blows up and gives West Ham a foul. Don't know if that's me down injured, is it? Me from Brentford holding his ankle. I love it. Oh man. So Ben Mee for Brentford is down, currently injured. Good to see you, Martin. Hope you're well. Sufal's been playing well. Ruby Tuesday says well done, Holly. Bye, Holly and family. So sweet to come on with our child. Absolutely. We have two. Kudos is sensational. Is Zuma still on? He is, obviously, for me, you know, I can't see him being, he's definitely not the long-term option for West Ham, is he? Moving forward anymore. Ben Mee for Brentford is down, currently getting seen to. We absolutely do need the next goal. 1,000,000%. But they're just checking on me here. Got to win today. Mapai winding people up. He certainly is. That's what he does, though, doesn't he? Let's get the win and move on from here from Chris Locke. Mavropanos looks everything I'd hope he'd be. Do you know what? His first half performance was really, really good, to be honest. And I'm really been quite impressed with him. And I've said all along that I was heavily concerned about Mavropanos. The jury was out, I said, about Mavropanos. But hey-ho, he's there. Yes, I did. Anyway, Brentford are about to make, looks like, a couple of substitutions. So let's see who they're about to bring on. Ball's being played early. West Ham trying to keep it in. Kudus has kept it in. I do not know how he has kept it in. He's fed the ball back to Tommy Soucek through the middle to Alvarez, who's been fantastic today so far. Emerson down the left-hand side. Plays the ball out to Paquetá. He holds on to it. He drives infield. Sees a gap. Is Bowen onside? Ball through the middle. Kudus tries to come in there, but it's cleared from Brentford, and it was onside. It was a great ball from Paquetá. And he's been fouled down the left-hand side. Referee blows the whistle and gives it against West Ham, which I don't understand. It's just that vision that he's got. That vision is just so unbelievable, isn't it? So Ben Mee is back on the field. Just trying to see what Brentford are choosing to do. Keeper goes for a big punt up the field. Tries to West Ham win the ball with Souček, cleared from Vladimir Sufal. Ajer comes out, wins the header for Brentford. Tony takes a heavy touch, and Zuma goes for a big wild clearance. Ball's out right hand side. Now it's back with Brentford in the middle of the park, playing a nice bit of football. Now it's down the right hand side. Ball whipped in from the right hand side. Oh my God! It dips over absolutely everyone. It took a wild kind of spin, went over the top of the West Ham defender from Lewis Potter and nearly landed on the head of Ivan Toney, who was diving header. It's like he smashed it. He's hit it from the kind of front part of his foot rather than across, and it's taken a wild spin in the air. Nipped over the top of Zuma. And fortunately for West Ham, it didn't land on top of the head of... even Tony's saying it went like that. Lots of zing on the ball. Tony's dropped in deep, tries to win the ball back, but Emerson has cleared for West Ham up into the path of Paquetá. Wins the ball. Wow, he's been kicked in the head. Ref from Zanka. And it's a free kick to West Ham and a yellow card for the Brentford midfielder. No worries, mate. No worries. Free kick to West Ham, just on the halfway line. Kurt Zuma punts the ball, switch play. Kudos on the right-hand side, chests the ball down, heads it, puts it on his knee, does a few keepy uppies, plays the ball back into the path of Vladimir Sufal, and it's a foul again on West Ham down the far right-hand side. Regulion has been absolutely... He's on a yellow card. He's going to get sent off. No, he's not. But he's a bit of a wild tackler, isn't he? You can see he's frustrated, though. You can see he's a frustrated player. It was a wild... That is a very lucky not to get a second yellow card for that. He's saying he's not touched the player. He's not touched the ball and smashed the player through the back from Tommy Souček, and it is a free kick for West Ham out on the far touchline. JWP on it. West Ham have got the bodies forward. Paquetá, Mavropanos, Bowen, Zuma, Souček. Ball going to get whipped in from JWP. Has been whipped in. Front post. Bowen tries to win the header. It's been cleared from the Brentford player. Bowen tries to keep it in, but can't, and it goes out for a Brentford goal kick. Brentford on the attack down the right-hand side, skipped by a couple of players, tried to... Oh, it's great tracking back from Alvarez. He's watched that the whole way. Paquetá clears for West Ham into the path of Bowen, but Bowen can't get round the defender, and Brentford come with the ball again in the West Ham half. But the tracking from Alvarez there, all the way to the end. Lewis Potter through the middle, heavy touch from Ivan Toney. West Ham win the ball back again, second retention, really good. Bowen into the path of Kudus, heavy touch from him, cleared from Brentford. Sufal comes back and pings the ball back into the path of Areola. Big punt forward from Areola. Tries to find Paquetá. But the ball goes out from Lewis Potter, and it's in for a West Ham throw-in on the halfway line. Welcome back to the West Ham Network. If you're new around here, hit the cheeky thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you're enjoying the Matchday live commentary, then please let us know. Ball played back from Brentford back to their keeper. Big punt forward from their keeper. Zuma wins the header. Back into the path of Ajer. Ball played out to Zanka on the right-hand side. Ball forward to Lewis Potter. He's getting quite active in the second half. West Ham concede a throw-in in the halfway line. Brentford just playing the ball through the back of the line, the defence. West Ham come in and win the ball back, but then lose the second ball. Ball played forward for Ivan Toney, and he's played it into the path of Lewis Potter down the right-hand side. Crosses it in, cleared from Mavropanos. Ball headed into the path of Zuma, who's headed the ball clear for West Ham. Bowen tries to drop in deep to collect it, but Brentford have done well to regain possession from West Ham. Brentford playing on a little bit of the up just now. Not penetrating so much, but happy just having a little bit more possession than normal. Lewis Potter now with left right-hand side, driving infield. Still got it, going to shoot from distance, takes a deflection, rolls into the hands of Alphonse Areola. But like I said, Lewis Potter's getting more heavily involved in this game. Let's have a look and see what Moyes is doing. He's bringing Heitinga out now, having a little chinwag with him. Heading forward, Bowen. Bowen's got the ball. Bowen's driving forwards, tries to skip by a couple of players. Can't pack it to get the ball. He can't. It's cleared from Brentford, and Lewis Potter drops back in deep, collects the ball for Brentford. Nothing on for him, so he brings the ball back, but then he plays a neat ball into the path. Down the right-hand side, the Brentford player still got it. James Ward-Prowse comes over, wipes the player out. I think the referee is going to blow up, and he has. No, has he blown up? No, he's not. Just gone for a physical game. Referee's allowing the physical game to take play. West Ham playing a dangerous football at the back there. Areola clears for West Ham. Bit dangerous play. Paquetá keeps the ball in and has given the ball straight to Lewis Potter right on the corner flag. Potter holds on to it, brings the ball back into the path of Onyeka. Ball through the middle for Brentford. Shot from distance. Goes over the bar and wide from Regulion. Does it take a deflection? I'm not sure if it takes a deflection. How good is it to have a decent impact sub sitting on the bench that we will use? You can say that again. Doing up. We're near over. No, we're near over. Red Rob was pretty bad. I think Spurs seem to be getting a better deal. Carrot the folk community. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we've done any deals. He's talking about deals between West Ham and Spurs. It's a corner to Brentford on the far side. West Ham just soaking up this bit of pressure from Brentford. Ball's going to get whipped in from the far side corner. Whipped in front post, cleared from Paquetá. Kudos is there, but Brentford win the ball back, as do West Ham with Soufal with a big punt forward. James Ward-Prowse tries to chase it. Alvarez wins the header, but it's gone straight into the path of Toney. Toney tries a big over-the-top defender, cleared from Konstantinos Mavropanos. Brentford win the ball back. Alvarez recovers really well with a second tackle. Kudos drops in deep down the far side, wins the ball. Referee's not blowing up. Referee's allowing this physical game to take place, which is fair play. Like, I'm a bit confused at some of the decisions, but equally though, like, I don't mind a game that's got some physical tackles in it, and the referee allows it, and he has. I mean, there you go. Another shoulder barge. Brentford player goes down, and he allows play on, so we can't really complain too much. Kudos with a big clearance for West Ham, tries to get it into the path of Jared Bowen, but the ball does head back to the keeper for Brentford, as Brentford play the ball through the back line back to the keeper Flecken. Ball out to Lewis Potter, tries to go through, ball through, but can't. Paquetá does so well to win the ball back for West Ham. A few little bit of trickery, but does win himself a throw-in on the halfway line. Ben Mee is going to be making way for Brentford because he's back down again, holding his ankle. Let's have a look and see who will be coming on. Nolan is in mood for dancing. Yeah, doing his chicken run, in it. Been up for a game this much since. Absolutely brilliant to see. It really is. Good ref, I do agree with you. So yeah, Ben Mee is coming off for Brentford, and Nathan Collins is coming on for Ben Mee. So a straight up swap. Ben Mee has been struggling. He's been quite a good player for Brentford since they've signed him from Burnley. But he's off the field now with an injury as Nathan Collins comes on for Brentford. West Ham with a throw in just ahead of the halfway line. Emerson does win it back, though, for West Ham. We've lost it, but we have won it back. Paquetá again. Bowen, neat play into the path of Paquetá. Ball through. Nice football interchange in between West Ham, but we have lost it deep in the Brentford half. Now they've got the ball. They're going to fire it out wide right. Lewis Potter makes the run. Tony's got the ball deep on the right-hand side. Looks for the ball over the top for Lewis Potter. He's there. Chests it in. Tries to nip it around West Ham defender, but it's a routine catch, of course, for Alphonse Areola. But a lot of action down that right-hand side for Brentford coming down their right-hand side. Again, same amount of action for them coming down the other side. So Lewis Potter really getting successful amount of game time as well. Alvarez pings the ball, switch play over to Kudus. Great ball. Kudus drives at the defence, cuts in field, still got the ball, goes to the far, tries to cross the ball in, and it's gone out for a West Ham corner. Much better, West Ham. Much better, West Ham. Come on, you Irons. Come on, you Irons. Ball whipped in. Front post. Zuma tried to get there, but punched clear from the goalkeeper. Emerson comes in, wins the second header. Mavropanos is out of position. Tony, can he get to the ball, but plays it straight to the path of Paquetá. Paquetá plays it into Emerson. Emerson's got the ball. Skips by Ivan Tony, skips by a second player and a third player. Drives in field. Plays it into Zuma. Zuma switches play over. Sufal collects the ball. Down into Kudus on the right-hand side. Kudus drives at the defence. He's inside the 18-yard box. Onto his left foot, chips it in. Oh, boy! Jared Bowen hat-trick. Header. Unbelievable football from West Ham. All started and created from that man, Emerson. He plays the ball into the path of Zuma. Zuma plays the ball over wide to Sufal. Sufal over to Kudus. Kudus has all the work to do. Crosses the ball. Jared Bowen makes a fantastic run and nods it in the back of the net to make it West Ham 3, Brentford 1. Well done, West Ham. Really, really good football between West Ham. All of our attack players, including our defence. Jared Bowen just nips away from the defender. In actual fact, it's a goal that you usually see West Ham concede a lot of, nipping away in between the two defenders. A great ball, a great bit of play, a great delivery, a great header as West Ham go 3-1 up. Happy days. And do you know what? Keep that level of intensity, West Ham. Keep that level of intensity up. Jared Bowen with a hat-trick. Yes, West Ham. Oh. Hat-trick, hat-trick, hat-trick. You're back, Damien. West Ham going again. West Ham going again. They fancy it. Mr. Richard Farson all the way in Canada. Bowen, we want more, Mr. West Ham. Come on, West Ham. Oh, I love that shit. Love that shit. I don't. Do you know what? I don't actually know what is that. Let me have a look here. I don't know what that is in terms of goals. Is that 14 Premier League goals this season? 14 Premier League goals for Jared Bowen this season. Wow. Is Jared Bowen going to hit double like in the 20s? Ball coming in from Brentford down the left-hand side. Oh, it's a great save at the far post from Areola. Honestly, it's an absolute worldie of a save from Onyeka. When the ball comes down the left-hand side, it's like we're honestly, it's a wonderful save from Areola. Onyeka takes it on the volley. Honestly, wait till you see that save. Wait till you see that save. Come on, you Irons. Come on, you Irons. Corner to Brentford. Just having a look here and seeing what's happening. Just a bit of a naughty stuff going on in the 18-yard box. Cleared from Tommy Soucek from the corner. Brentford header. It's fall in the 18-yard box. It's a goal kick. Sifal is screaming at the Brentford player. Neil Papai's coming over. There's a bit of a fracas in the middle of the park there. Tony comes in. They're calling for a penalty. I don't even know what they're calling for a penalty for. What? It's 16 in all competitions, 14 in the Premier League. He wants a Kevin Nolan fight. Well, he's back out again. Go on, Kev. Go on, Nolan. Go on, Nolan. West Ham sending out the subs to go and warm up. Agard, Mabama, Ben Johnson just sitting back down again. Kevin Nolan's getting lively on that bench, isn't he? God, son. 67 minutes gone. West Ham 3, Brentford 1. Hat-trick from Jared Bowen. Paquetá winning the ball back for West Ham in the halfway line. Emerson tries a bit of trickery to get the ball out of danger. Doesn't do it, but West Ham do regain possession again with Alvarez. Plays the ball into Sifal. He does really well. Gets around the player. Plays it into James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse travels in. Travels with the ball 50, 60 yards outside the 18-yard box. Kudos in the edge of the 18-yard box. Tries to cross it in. It's blocked from the Brentford player. Kudos drives back in. He collects the ball again. He's going to play it back into the path of JWP. Kudos has got the ball down the far touchline. Gets by one player. Crosses it in. Great ball. No one's in the box. It's going to land. Who's it going to land to? Shot from Emerson. Oh my God! What's that goal? Emerson into the top right-hand corner. Oh my days, you're not going to see a better goal than that. You are not going to see a better goal than that. Never. You're not going to see a better goal than that from that man, Emerson Palmieri, as West Ham make it 4-1. You have heard me fucking correct. West Ham 4, Brentford 1. What a goal. The work from Kudos down the right-hand side. No one in the box. Cleared from Brentford. Emerson, plenty of time. 25, 30 yards out. Smashes it into the top right-hand corner. Smashes it into the top right-hand corner. I fully expect Brentford to make 3 or 4 subs now. My days. My absolute days. Honestly. Really good football. Where is this West Ham? Where is this West Ham been? Where the fuck is this West Ham been? Honestly. Holy shit. What a treat the fans are in for tonight. But we need to just keep this momentum up because we are fucking West Ham. But there's just a nice little flow between the defence, the connection between the midfield and the strikers and the wingers. Good work rate. Kudos has been phenomenal. Paquetá out on the left-hand side has been phenomenal. James Ward-Prowse going about his business quietly. Soucek interacting and interchanging the ball. But just a nice bit of football. Soucek again doing his job. Plays the ball into James Ward-Prowse. Loads of gaps opening up now for Brentford. Paquetá. Ball switch play over Kudos. Oh, it's a heavy touch from Kudos. What you're going to find now is Brentford are going to have to come at West Ham, and that's going to leave the gaps at the back. We need to be careful because we haven't been defending that well as of late, obviously in the last 2 months. But then those gaps are really key for us getting forward. What a goal from Emerson. Ball from West Ham again. James Ward-Prowse in the middle of the park. Ball switched over to Paquetá. He's on the edge of the box. Tips it on. Looks it into the path of Bowen. Bowen tries to... I think Bowen was trying to pass it rather than shoot. Mapai. Back for Brentford. Norgard. Deep in their own half. Onyeka. Over in the centre circle. Going to switch it over to Ivan Toney out on the right-hand side. Takes a few heavy touches. Nothing on for Brentford. They're quite static. Ball in the middle. Ball through. Toney. But no, Onyeka all the way back. Switched over to Toney on the right-hand side on the edge of the box. It doesn't even really look like he's... Oh, ball on the edge for Brentford. Oh, no, don't give away a penalty. Referee has been really fair. I'm surprised. But Bowen's now on the attack. Switch it over. Is he going to do it? No, he holds on to play. Brentford were calling for a penalty there. Paquetá, JWP, back into the path of Paquetá. Oh, it's great football from him. Nice football from West Ham. Nice interchange there. Bowen's driving forward. Tries to skip by the player, but Brentford do well to hold on to the play. Onyeka in the middle of the park for Brentford. Plays it into Toney, but he's caught napping. He tries to win the ball back. Alvarez and Paquetá are there. Paquetá is unbelievable skill to skip round two players. Paquetá and Alvarez. And Onyeka just comes in, fills, but Jared Bowen drops in deep, collects the ball back into Alvarez. Bowen, good football from West Ham. Emerson drives forward down the left-hand side. Emerson into the... Oh, he tries to get the ball into the path of Alvarez, but he can't. Oh, my days. Really, really good football. Looks like there's going to be a double substitution here coming from Brentford. Let's have a look here what Paquetá. Nah. No penalty. No penalty. Triple change. So Mapai, Onyeka, and who? Julian. Anything else? Didn't see those subs. Let's look here. West Ham with the ball on the edge. James Ward-Prowse shot from distance. Routine catch. I think Wissa came on. Is that right? Did Wissa come on? Yeah, Wissa. Just the last player from Brentford. I need to know who came on, and then I can change that screen for you. Roarslev. Shot from distance from Lewis Potter. Ball goes well over. And it is a West Ham goal kick. As we're about to see where this guy should be on the bench, coming off the bench. Impact sub, Mickey Antonio. Getting himself warmed up. What a substitution. It's caused defence problems. Keep talking or bring it back. Here comes more changes from West Ham and from Brentford. as West Ham do bring Lucas Paquetá off. Round of applause to the man, the main man. Just sold my car to Lucas Paquetá. Brazilian Magnifico. Hello, follow. A Brazilian Magnifico. Because there's nobody better than Lucas Paquetá. Now he's one of our own. Jensen is off for Brentford, and Damsgaard is on from Brentford. Have a look there and see if I've spelt that right. A little cheeky double A in there. Oh, shot from the Brentford player, but it's gone well over, and it's a West Ham goal kick. Let's see what damage the main man, Mickey Antonio, can do for West Ham. Come on, you Irons. 14 minutes plus any form of injury time to go, and Ariella punts the ball forward onto the halfway line, but Antonio can't get the ball for West Ham. His ball's played forward. Wissa's dropped in deep. He's clicked the ball for Brentford. Drives the ball into the path of Ivan Toney, but West Ham regain possession there from Mavropanos. Then to Alvarez. Souček sprays the ball out wide right. Kudos attacks from the halfway line. He drives. He plays the ball through the middle. James Ward-Prowse goes early, switches play over for Antonio to chase. And he gets there. Beast mode right onto the touchline. Skips by one player. Plays it into... Oh, it's a terrible pass from... terrible pass from Antonio. Oh, my days. Brentford have seen a big long ball, but Emerson comes back and does his job, heads the ball into the path of Areola. That man, Emerson Palmieri, doing the job. Good sub. Pickcat needs to take it easy. Antonio doesn't score since Brighton early on in the season. Goal incoming. What are you saying, Joseph? No tactics. Shut up, man. What are you talking about? What's going on here? This result is down to individual quality, not tactics, not coaching, and impact of what these players could do with the quality of management. Moyes has had us in Europe season on season. Top spot. Thanks, Moyes ain't quality. God, here we go. Do you know what? Just enjoy the fucking victory. No matter whether you're whatever side you're on, just enjoy the victory. Plus, it's West Ham. And there's still 10 minutes to go. So let's not get carried away yet. Tony drops in deep. Chips the ball forward for Brentford into absolutely no one. Alvarez back there covering because Mavropanos came out of position. Brentford from distance. Tries the ball into Tony. Skips by one. Tries a shot. Blocked from West Ham. And Antonio comes out with the ball just outside the 18-yard box. He drives forward for West Ham down that left-hand side. Oh, my days. He's got by everyone. Oh, love it from Antonio. He's knocked the ball about 30 yards past the defender. And he's chasing it. He's absolutely so leggy. And the Brentford defenders had to come over, slide tackle, and knock the ball out for a West Ham throw. Fair play to you, Mickey Antonio. Jared Bowen coming over and having a little cheeky word with him as well. Antonio down the left-hand side loses the ball for West Ham. God, you're all having a right good old Tim Wag. Now Brentford have got the ball down the left-hand side. They're driving forward. Lewis Potter's been switched into the other side now. He drives infield. He's just gone down. Referee, do not blow that whistle. I'm telling you what, right? I've been really impressed with this referee. He's been letting both teams get physical tonight. I'm not. I will hold my hand up and say if the referee's been good, and I think he has been. A couple of decisions, even in terms of for Brentford, have been touch and go. If I was a West Ham fan, I'd probably be screaming for a penalty shout or whatever. But when I've looked back at the replays, I think they've really he's been pretty on form tonight. Questionable whether or not he should have sent Regulian off for the second yellow card, but I think he's let the play flow. Ball into James Ward-Prowse. Ball back in to Mavropanos. Sufal drops in to the halfway line, collects the ball for West Ham. Alvarez, Great football between them. Oh, it's good football. Alvarez, Bowen, Kudus gets the ball, switches play over to Emerson, and Ivan Toney comes in, nips away, and gets the ball for Brentford. He's on the halfway line. He drives forward. Bits of gaps over there, but he plays the ball into the other Brentford player. Nothing on. He looks so frustrated, Tony. He's walking, his head's down. He's slumping. He looks frustrated. Really interesting. I've been really surprised at his performance tonight. We've so far kept him at bay. 9 minutes to go. Brentford, oh my God, what a terrible pass. Brentford just played it straight to Alvarez. James Ward-Prowse, Bowen, drops in deep, turns, do a 180-degree turn. Ajer tries to foul him. Bowen still gets it, plays the ball out, wide left, wide right-hand side to Kudus. Now, Bowen's down. I don't think he's injured. I think he's just knackered. But if I was Moyes, I would pull him off. He scored a hat-trick, but they're on the attack from Brentford. On the distance, that's a goal. It's a goal, 4-2. See, this is just the lapse in concentration. And Moyes, you can see Moyes is frustrated, and I'm trying to see what it is. I'm starting to think maybe it's fresh legs. Mavropanos has gone well out of position though. And do you know what? I have to blame Mavropanos for that because he didn't need to go so wild in that area. He had no need. Not when West Ham are 4-1 up. With literally 5, 6, 7 minutes to go. And that's put us under pressure now. But they're checking for a possible offside. I don't think he is he? No, I don't think he is. They're going to check for it. They're going to have to put the line up. VAR are checking it. One side goal. Really, it's just a lapse of concentration. Do you know what? I can't blame Zuma for that because I think when you're 4-1 up, there's no need for your second centre-half to press at that stage at 30, 40 yards out. There is no need for him to press. And that leaves Zuma on with two strikers. So I think it's easy to target the player who's been crap over the last couple of weeks, but in actual fact, that wasn't a Zuma fault. Mavropanos should not have stepped out of that position. And now West Ham are just under, just had that 3-goal gap there. And fuck, man, they're going to throw. Brentford have absolutely nothing to lose. They're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at West Ham right now. You're right. At least we're 4-1 up. You can't, of course, you can blame Zuma to a certain extent for that. The ball, the second defender, look at the goal again. Mavropanos does not. I mean, Zuma, why is he stepping out as far as he is there? There's no need for them to. Oh, Zuma's limping as well. Kudus has got the ball down the right-hand side, on the edge, onto his left foot, drives infield, gets by a couple of players. Zuma's just totally fucking limping away. Emerson, JWP, back to Emerson. It's just simple football. We've given the ball away again. They can see the weakness there. Ball's been switched over to the left-hand side. Lewis Potter, the edge of the 18. Brentford still got the ball. That space opened up through the middle. Switch play over to the right-hand side. Chipped into the mix. Skipped by every West Ham player. Unfortunately, they were not great. We just need a few fresh legs. James Ward-Prowse trying his best. West has got the ball, crosses it in, cleared from West Ham. Antonio's got a lot of work down to do at the left-hand side. Brentford have got it, though, deep in the West Ham half. Ball through the middle for Brentford in the midfield. Brentford have still got it. 5 minutes to go. Oh, nearly a neat ball through from Brentford, but well witnessed there from Emerson, who's intercepted it and punted the ball forward as Flecken comes out and gets the ball for Brentford. Just for me, I think it's just a lapse of concentration. And also, we just need some fresh legs on. Now, Brentford with the ball. Down the right-hand side, ball's punted in, cleared from West Ham. Alvarez falls into the path of Souček, cleared. James Ward-Prowse done really well, plays the ball back into the path of Antonio. Emerson goes for a big clearance for West Ham. Brentford regain possession, but West Ham then regain again as Alvarez comes forward, plays the ball into the path of Kudus, who's travelling at the defence. Goes on his right foot, shot, over. Got, 4 minutes plus any form of injury time yet. Tony dropped in deep. Ball through the middle for Brentford. Tony on the edge of the box. Oh my God, there's a gap on that. Cross into the mix, cleared from West Ham. Tony gets there first over Antonio. He's inside the 18-yard box. Emerson reads it really well. Antonio drives into traffic, but it's been knocked out for a West. It's got to be a West Ham throw-in. How's he not given a West Ham throw-in? I'll never know. Norgard's still got the ball for Brentford. It's gone out easily for West Ham. Goal kick. Routine for West Ham. Two minutes to go plus any form of injury time. We will be live on the review show straight after here, where you will also be going live to the London Stadium. So stay tuned. You'll get transferred across, of course, for us to have a little chin wag regarding the game this evening. The game still has got a few minutes plus any form of injury time to go. Free kick towards Brentford, just on the edge of the centre circle. Well done for West Ham. We've overturned that. Ball's been knocked straight back into the path. West has gone down looking for a penalty. Flags up anyway. See what comments are saying. Seven minutes of fucking injury time. Holy shit. Honestly. Holy shit, man. 7 minutes. Brentford have got the ball, plays it back into the halfway line. If there's any form of hope, they've got it right now. 7 minutes to go. Sven, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for the love. This time we regain possession, no. On the left-hand side with Jared Bowen. He drops in deep, plays the ball back into Emerson, who goes for a big punt clearance. Antonio wins the header. He does well, gets that ball out to Bowen. Bowen chests it down, skips by one player, skips by two. He drives forward. It's a big tackle in from Brentford. He does win the ball. Plays the ball forwards. Brentford now come on the counter over the halfway line. We've got bodies there, but it's three. Alvarez nips in, wins the ball back, but Wissa comes out on top. So inside the 18-yard box, crosses it into the mix, cleared from West Ham from Mavropanos. Alvarez goes for a big clearance, as does Emerson. Alvarez doesn't even know where the ball is, but he does somehow gets the ball into the path of Emerson. Brentford still got the ball in their own half. 1.5 minutes in. Now Brentford have got the ball down the left-hand side as they hold on to it. Ball through the middle. Brentford got it. Chips the ball into the box. Finds its way there. Looks like a handball, but cleared from Mavropanos. Kudos chases the man down. Brentford have got it again down the left-hand side. West Ham doing well to kind of shadow them, point them into the wrong direction. That's good. Pushes the ball back into the halfway line. Brentford still got the ball. West Ham drop in deep, win the ball back with Jared Bowen. Plays the ball into Kudos on the halfway line. Tries to skip by one player. Referee, the player has his arms wrapped right around Kudos. But he doesn't blow up for that. I suppose that's an example of refereeing tonight. Brentford travel forward. Plays the ball out wide left. Ball gets knocked into the mix. Tony's unmarked on the far side. Gets time to chest it down. Still got it. 18-yard box. Chips the ball into the mix. Back post. Fucking hell, takes a wild deflection. I think it's gone out for a corner. Corner to Brentford. Ball whipped in, cleared from West Ham. Goes out for a Brentford throw-in. Isn't it mad? Isn't it mad, right? Isn't it mad that we've got a 2-goal cushion and there's 4 minutes to play and I'm still shitting myself? Why West Ham? Here comes Kudos coming off for Ben Johnson. Well, Kudos, you deserve a big bow. I think you've walked away with what I believe is 1 assist tonight. Deserved a goal or 2 or 3. Ball through the middle with Brentford. 3 minutes to go. Brentford still got the ball through the middle, but West Ham regain possession again. Mavropanos just punts the ball into no man's land. Two minutes to go. Ball punted in. Well, West Ham have slipped. Ball on the edge of the box. Still with Brentford. It's back with Lewis Potter down the left-hand side. Holds on to it. Plays it back onto the edge of the 18-yard box. Back to Lewis Potter. Punted into the box. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable save from Areola. Honestly, Ivan Toney back post. Unbelievable save from Areola. 2 worldy saves from him tonight. Honestly. Antonio's hardly touched the ball. Ball bid to the mix, cleared from Jared Bowen. Knelt. Oh, that's a wild tackle in there from Jared Bowen. Oh my God, referee's allowed play on. There's 2 Brentford players down. It's another great save. Oh my God. Honestly, Areola has made another worldy save. Again, Jared Bowen thinks taking out bloody 2 players. Fucking hell, West Ham. Ball into the mix from Brentford. West Ham are fucking defending for our lives. We've got a 2-goal cushion. Fuck. There's a foul. So we will be going live over on the review show. If you are watching, we will be going live over on the review show. So make sure you do come over and have a chin wag with us. We will be going live over to the London Stadium as well. We're just waiting for the final whistle to get blown. Just waiting for the referee to blow up any second now. And there you go. West Ham walk away with the 3 points. Thank the Lord. My words. Thank the Lord we got the victory. Come across, join us on the live stream. We'll go live to the London Stadium. Come on, you Irons.